Over the first half year, pretty good. All regions grew in sales, and that's an overall revenue growth of 3.3. Profits grew 5.8. That's a pretty good result.
But not as good as expected, and the market's not very happy this morning.
I'm not in charge of the expectation. We did not give guidance to the markets. We give guidance traditionally in August to give an outlook because we have the summer behind us now. And the summer was not good in Europe, and that has led us mainly to make a somewhat cool down outlook for the rest of the year. That has been the main factor. But also unfolding lack of weakening consumer confidence has played a role.
In Europe specifically?
Europe and the United States, we see that unfolding. And on the other hand, everything in the emerging markets are still thriving. We saw good growth in Africa, in Asia and Latin America, and we see that continuing in the second half of the year. And the final part of it is we said we would put money where our mouth is, i.e. support our brands, and we will continue to do that in the second half of the year.
Does that mean more investing and less worry about profit right now?
Sure we are. We have been launching a brand like Desperados, which is a tequila flavored beer, which you don't have here at the moment. We have been launching that in 10 countries now. That needs for support. We have been launching cider in Italy. We have been launching the Heineken brand in Mexico, locally produced. We just launched it now in India. This all calls for investment.
Poor summer, do you mean including the weather?
Yeah, it's mainly the weather, the poor summer. We are a high fixed cost business, and the summer months contribute disproportionately to the profits of a year. So, yeah, this year the summer in Europe particularly has been kind of weak.
When you say emerging markets, we hear that from all the CEOs of European companies now. Does that mean the long-term trend is that you will focus much more on Asia, Africa, Latin America, and that Europe is pretty much going to be stagnant forever?
Yes, well, forever I don't know, but for sure we do that already a number of years. Asia, Africa and Latin America are those geographies where demographic growth, economic growth and political stability are working hand in hand for the development of beer. It all participates to entering and being more overweight in emerging markets, and today I would say group volume is coming 2/3 out of these so-called emerging markets. Still 1/3 in mature markets.
The other way to grow, of course, is acquisition, and we currently have the hostile bid for Foster's by SAB Miller, about $10 billion.
Yeah.
I see there's, of course, a Foster sign behind you because Heineken owns the rights to Foster's in Europe.
That's correct.
Honestly, are you going to be looking at maybe possibly taking over all of Foster's? You must be thinking about acquisitions. You must be looking at that deal anyway.
We always think about acquisitions, but then you have to look at where we look for, again, markets with a significant demographic potential and economic growth potential.
Is 10 billion a bit rich for Foster's?
I never comment on bids, and I will not start today commenting on bids other people might do on brewing assets.